Hello and welcome to Don't Kill My Character presents Thirsty Sword Lesbians Speed Dating to the Death, a one-shot as part of our Pride Month celebration. I am Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays, and the producer of Don't Kill My Character. I am so happy to have you here, and I'm so happy to have this fabulous, amazing cast here. I'm going to pass it around to my fabulous, amazing cast. If you just want to let us know who you are, what your handle is, and who you're playing. And then we'll get into this incredible adventure. Paige, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll kick it off. Hey everyone, I'm Paige, pronouns she, her. I go by Pluto Cleric all over the internet, except for here in YouTube where it's Pluto's Underworld. And I'm your storyteller tonight, so I'm playing everybody else. So,
Amazing. And thanks for that. Hydrate, Tipsy Tiger. All right, want to pass it to, I don't know, we're taking our steps. You want to pass it to Valmina?
Hi, I'm Valmina May. My pronouns are they, them. I'm going to be playing Ghilly tonight. And you can find me on the internet at Delightly, on Threads, Blue Sky, and Instagram, on Twitch, Valminotaur. And yeah, that's me.
I love it. All right, Madam Ava, hello.
Hello, my darlings and dears. It's your Madam Ava here, and tonight I'm going to be playing Junon, the Legion, and we both use she, her pronouns.
Fabulous as always. And I am Kate. Kate the Great Cosplays. Don't kill my character. She, her pronouns for myself and for Termina, my chosen character. And as you can see, we all have hero forges that we made of our characters. Paige made one of herself. So you can see what our fabulous, fabulous Thirsty Sword lesbians look like on this adventure. And no other announcements. We'll save the rest of that for the end of stream. I really want to dive in with this adventure.
perfect. I think that's where I take over now, right? Right.
I would love that. Yes.
We're gonna start with you all giving me a dice roll so I can see who we're gonna go to first. Everyone roll 2d6 and let me know what you get.
Right. I have my dice. I have my dice bag next to me. I did not take dice out of it. So close to actually having my dice ready.
Are you ready for my results page?
Yes.
I got a 2 and a 1.
Proud of you.
That makes one of us.
I got a 4 and a 1.
Okay, so a 3, a 5, and then Ava. You're muted.
One and two, so three.
Okay, well, I need you and Val to reroll you tied. But while you guys do that, let's just start over with Kate's character.
Oh, yay.
So, Kate, as we zoom into your character's universe, to wherever they are in the multiverse before being yanked to this arena, what would they be up to right now? And go ahead and describe them for the audience.
So, she, if you can see the hero forge next to me, I'm going to be looking at that while I describe what she looks like. She has skin that is this almost pearlescent, glowing orange. Her hair goes from red at the roots to purple and pink at the tips. She has these severe red spikes coming from her shoulders and behind her back, lightning in purples and pinks across her arms that come to these clawed tipped hands, also in purple and pink. She's dressed in very dark tones of purples and reds with heeled boots that will crush you. And as severe as her presence and demeanor is also this long, jagged sword that, very much like her almost crystalline self and outfit, is this darkened, crystalled purple.
Perfect. And what is she up to at the moment? What would she be doing just typically right now?
I imagine that she is walking through a world that at this point is pretty destroyed, pretty desolate. And she is looking over the ruins and the wreckage of it all. Maybe stops to pick up the charred remains of a book wondering who might have read this. Was it something that was important to them or something that they also just threw away as this world has been?
Perfect. Oh no. Looks
We
like
lost one.
lost someone. Well, while you're going through the wreckage, I'm gonna grab something while we wait for Aim to pop in as well. Because there's one more NPC I gotta add to the list that is about to appear as there's a large puff of red smoke that appears behind you. Very familiar to you now. It happens after every world you take care of, whether for good or for bad. As behind you is the god of discord, Ares. Large black wings, two bright, mischievous looking eyes with almost a third eye started in the middle, closed currently. Very colorful, chaotic outfit with a green pixie cut. Wow, this was fun. I think that was record time for you.
Thank you for noticing. Glad I could do this one efficiently. What made it fun?
I think seeing you so ruthless. There really wasn't much here, but it was impressive how quickly you moved through.
There were lots of people, lots of hearts, and not much else. So, easy to move through.
Well, I am proud of you. Now, I have somewhere else to send you, but this was more of a request from someone else. It's back in my home universe, where I've told you it's fun, but everything's pretty much already destroyed up above. And then Olympus is a drag, and the underworld's all jacked up with Hades' daughter running to and fro, and it's just gotten dull. So a couple of the gods decided to have an event that I thought would be a wonderful gift for you. You have been alone for a while now.
I get to meet lots of people before they are destroyed.
Well, in this one, you don't necessarily have to destroy them all. It is my relative's birthday. Aphrodite, the goddess of love. And her and Ares wanted to celebrate in a way that they would both be entertained by. So you will be in a series of challenges in an arena for a lot of the mortals that have been blessed to go to Elysium. But Aphrodite put her own spin on it, and it is also kind of a dating show.
Am I allowed to partake in that?
Yes, you are.
And will I be destroying them after I date them?
If you match with someone, you do not have to destroy them, no. You will be competing in a series of challenges to get to know each other, as well as fight creatures that they get together, and maybe each other for some challenges. But if you match, I'll let you out of our contract.
Why?
Why not? Like I
I
told you,
don't.
I can't do the same thing forever, and you've been with me for so long now. I think it's time to give you a chance to move on if you can do so. And if you don't, I still get amused either way.
I understand that amusement. Okay, I accept these terms. If I find genuine love at this competition, then I may keep the love. I will not have to destroy this love, and I will be free.
You will. Have fun. And she gives you a kiss on the forehead, and you blink and are in an arena with people jeering and cheering and screaming. Such a wave of noises hits you instantly as you blink eyes and you see 11 other puffs of smoke around you. But we will cut over now. Val and Ava, what did you re-roll?
I rolled a 4, 2 and 2.
I love this for you so far.
I rolled a 5 and a 2, so 7.
Okay. Ava, you're the only one in the party who's not being necessarily teleported here because you are from this universe.
Oh.
You are up above on the surface right now. If you guys have played Hades 2, that like little temple area right when you go upstairs at first before you like move to the first like major area, talking to someone who you've been alongside for a while now, the goddess of marriage, Hera. So, how have you been, dear? I know it's been a while since we've checked in, but wanted to see how you're doing with everything.
This life has been more quiet than the previous ones. It is not too bad. Oddly, not too many needs to fight on your behalf, but mortals keep me on my toes regardless.
Yeah, my niece, Melion, seems to be doing most of the heavy lifting for all of us here. But the war's dying down, so you can relax for a while now.
Relax. I don't... To be very frank with you, my lady, I don't think I truly understand the concept of relaxing.
I understand with everything you've gone through, but you've never had a goddess of marriage on your side before.
And I'm always honored.
Maybe things can be different for you here with my blessing.
If you truly believe that, well, I'll put my faith in you, as always.
Of course. So I will be joining you shortly, but I'm going to need you to head down to the underworld. There is an event going on that I've asked for you to be included in as a sort of reward for your service coming to an end here, with the war slowly wrapping up.
It's not a mine, is it? That was
No.
Life 3. Life 3.
You're gonna have to do some more fighting. I'm not gonna lie there. There's gonna be some challenges and stuff. But it's also a chance for you to meet someone.
Oh.
Yeah. Here. And she pulls out a scroll, hands it to you, and as you unravel it, it's the most overdone flyer with bedazzles and glitter and all the shit that Aphrodite can throw in this thing.
I forgot it was her birthday today.
And just
Okay.
a strong whiff of the very flowery scent that Aphrodite seems to have waft around her at all times.
And Hades approved the use of the domain for this?
Didn't want to argue, so has not stepped foot in Elysium today. But the Colosseum there is for their use, and you get to participate as both warrior for Ares and Dayton challenge participant for Aphrodite.
I was wondering where the nymphs were going. Oh, okay. Well, Well, I certainly will not turn down such an opportunity. Is there anything I need to prepare beforehand?
Well, just have your weapon ready and your dazzling personality, dear.
I haven't had anyone say my personality's been dazzling since the seventh life. But, of course.
She gives you a little pat on the cheek. I'll meet you there. I have to head to Olympus and drag Zeus along because he's trying to avoid it, but he's going to go to his daughter's event. So I know. Keep him away from you.
Okay.
It'll be okay.
Okay.
Enjoy yourself and try not to get caught up in the fight. Okay?
Very well. Thank you, my lady.
She disappears in a like flock of swans that just appear around her. And you head downstairs. And as you head downstairs to the underworld, why don't you describe what your character looks like for the audience before we move on to Val?
At first glance, she looks like almost satyr-like, maybe a bit more minotaur in some aspects. But when you gleam her back, she has beautiful peacock tail feathers and blue wings that have an iridescent multichrome green and gold attached to them. Her She has horns that curve in almost an S formation. Her brown skin is covered in vitiligo spots, and there is an air of her that is very distant, very cold, professional, but soft, but also so soft. Almost kind of soft, like how gold metal is soft and how it can be shaped.
Mm-hmm.
Just very, 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 very be like far deep in that chest of hers. There is that softness.
Perfect. And as you head downstairs, the moment you step foot in the underworld, you two move away in that pink smoke. That has a very familiar smell to you, because this is not the first time you've seen Aphrodite.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
But now we head over to a very familiar world for a lot of nerds that probably watch this channel or others. The world of Thetis from Dragon Age. But a world untouched by the Blight. No Grey Wardens, no horrible Darkspawn and what, 6 Blights, I think, by the end of the Velguard. Instead, a world that's developed with the only war pretty much between Ferelden and Osgard, but that's going to happen in any universe, to be honest. Where we find a young-looking elven woman. Val, would you like to describe your character?
Yes, so you see a very normal looking elven woman, very muscular. She's built, she's buff. She's got some curves. She's got golden brown skin and like dark blue eyes. She is currently she looks you've caught her in the heat of the moment. She is kind of taking out some of her feelings, some of her aggression, perhaps. She is working working on a burlesque routine, as one does, to cope with breaking up with her girlfriend once again. And so she's in her latest costume to practice this out, which you can see in my little Hero Forge avatar. Kind of like a little insect type carapace looking situation, covering her torso. She's got like chainmail leggings. Everything's black. She's got her like golden hollow headdress. And yeah, she is dancing elegantly but also aggressively, I would say. And her only audience currently, until Paige tells us otherwise, her little friend Chaos, who is a mini unicorn dragon.
We love him.
Yeah.
And as you finish going through your motions, your routine, kind of using it as the way to like get your frustration out, but also disassociating a little bit in the movements, you hear clapping from behind you as you see Eldernon and Solus. Well, very fluid movements. It's been a while since I've seen your routine. Eldernon here has been telling me all about it.
Oh, say whatever it is you want to say. I know you've probably come here with a message for me.
No, I just came to visit, actually. I had some time off between my studies before I need to travel back down south, so I just stopped by.
Right, and you haven't talked to her at all then?
No, I haven't talked to her since shortly before your breakup, but I did hear about it.
Well,
how are you holding up?
Oh, well, thanks for asking. You know, it's been really tough, but just working on something creative to get all this, negative energy out. Turn it into something beautiful.
I say that. Well, I'm sure your performance is going to be lovely, but you
Thank
should
you.
come back home for a bit and hang out with people. It's been, I think you've been out here for half the day now.
Oh, is that all I've been missed for? No, I think it's been a little longer than that, but I see you've come to try and lift my spirits. I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm just a little, you know.
Well, I think we're going to go back, get ready, and we're going to go out for tonight while I'm here. Because it sounds like you need some social interaction.
Go out? Like,
Yes.
You dancing, drinking?
Aldernon didn't give me a choice. You see him behind Solus just chuckling a little bit. And he comes up and puts an arm around Solus. Think of how fun it'll be to get the egghead drunk, though.
All right. Twist my arm, I suppose.
Perfect. Why don't you gather your stuff here and meet us back, and we'll head out in a little bit.
Lovely.
As they head off and you start to gather your stuff, you notice that it gets a little dark. Which usually means one thing, as you hear whispers and almost a copy of your voice, but deeper. You know, if you just let me in more, we could have a lot more fun than just going to the bar. This world is so boring.
You know, there's a lot of creative possibility in this world. I think you should just leave me alone for a bit. I've enough darkness and gloom in my life right now. Thank you.
You've been tapping into me for a while now, and I don't think you realized that I've been pulling right back. And you know what? I could do with some amusement. So, I heard some gods were having a little fun contest, and you seem to be off again with dear Andriel, so why not have you meet some people?
Oh. Meet some people, you say?
Yeah, and if you die in the attempt, that's also good for me.
What do you mean die? Excuse me.
I think it'd be more fun if I don't tell you all the details, but do make it entertaining at least. And you feel a tentacle reach out from a rift behind you and pull you into it before yeeting you what feels like through the cosmos for a good hour, 2 hour, years. You lose all track of time before you two feel a poof of pink smoke envelop you. The three of you appear in a coliseum. It's loud, people filled from all walks of life, mostly Greek for obvious reasons. and you see a top box. And now this is when I will share the NPC page that I made into the chat. So let me drop it in the chat for you guys.
Are you dropping this into? Yeah, all right, I got it.
Yeah, dropped in there for you. As the first two people you see are very top of that list, you see a very broad, muscular man in gray and red armor with looks like dual battle axes in their back. The most notable features being against their ashy skin, just a white streak of paint across the eyes and a white mohawk. Standing next to him is a very ethereal, beautiful woman with long pink hair, and that's about it. The pink hair just seems to always sway in right amount of places to cover her decency. She's not wearing anything, and they both look delighted in different ways that the 12 of you pop up in the arena. I will quickly go through the other NPCs that pop around you. You guys can scroll down and see them. The first is a young woman, probably in her early 20s, in red and white and pink armor with a long rapier. If you guys have ever seen sword art online, this is an adult version of Asuna. Next, from the Prime universe of Dragon Age, my wife from the Dragon Age 2, Isabella, a very dark-skinned pirate character with two daggers in her hands, kind of looking around and engaging you. Third, a woman in what appears to be a unitard or a swimsuit or something in red, white, and blue colors with a gold W on top with a sword and shield is Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman. Next is a lady in what looks like some type of science fiction type armor who doesn't have a blade out but seems to have like this weird hologram contraption on her arm, which is Commander Shepard, the female version from the games. Next is a woman with long blonde hair and black leather armor with a cloud-sized sword, is Magic from Marvel. Next, you see a lady in a red, what looks like some type of military outfit with a long blue sword, is Adora from She-Ra.
Not Catra, though.
Hey, we haven't gotten
Look,
to the whole
Solus
list.
already showed up here. We can't have too much edgy, okay?
We've got a lot going on here. This is
another, what looks like another pirate motif lady,
my-
but looks like a mix of pirate and Regency wear kind of thrown together. One of my Sapphic Awakenings, Elizabeth Swan from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Of course she was.
You know what? Shut up. I didn't base my whole Castleton character around her or anything. Next, a woman in what it just appears to be like normal business clothes, like black business pants with a white button-up shirt unbuttoned just enough, and a blade that she seems to be in the middle of cleaning that is just soaked in blood, is Talia Arul. And last but not least, in what looks to be like robes of some sort, I don't see a sword, but you see a hilt without a blade at their side, as you see Rey from the new Star Wars movies. As the 12 of you catch your bearings and are kind of looking around, you hear a very bubbly voice begin to speak. Well, everyone is here now for my birthday. I'm sure not all of you know why you're here. Some of you I just kind of yanked from stuff that I thought was interesting, but you're here to celebrate me, Aphrodite, the goddess of love. And you hear like a loud clearing of throat behind her. Oh, and of course, my beautiful husband. And she just doesn't even turn. She's just like, Ares, the god of war. We thought it would be such a beautiful time to help love blossom. The 12 of you, all newly single in your universes, or single for a while, we're not picky. Need some companionship in your life, but you are also hardened warriors. So why not have fun with both? You're gonna fight for our amusement with different challenges that are gonna happen, and in betweens, you guys can talk and try to find love. If you find a match that being the goddess of love can confirm is a true match, you will be excused from the arena and can go live your lives happily ever after. If not, you have to just keep fighting until we get bored. Try not to die. I mean, we are in the underworld, so it's convenient if you do, but it's much more fun if you last longer. She gives a little giggle and sits down. And Ares stands up and approaches. Yes, thanks for that, dear. First challenge. I don't know how many of you know our legends, but there is a fearsome beast that many different versions of our pantheon have fought against, most notably Hercules. And we thought it'd be fun to see how the 12 of you do in a little 12-on-1 battle royal type environment. Try not to die. This is just getting started. You have a long day ahead of you. As you all hear a loud roar, as you turn, all 12 of you turn around and see the Nemean lion, massive, 15 feet in length, probably 7 feet stand in. This massive golden lion roars out and is going to charge. What would you guys like to do?
Oh, it's fight time.
Well, I think first Ghilly is going to stand awestruck at this beautiful giant lion that she has never seen in her life before. She's got her special interest is monsters, in case you couldn't tell. So,
What?
her first
never would've
instinct is
known.
not fight this, but just to take in the beauty.
Okay. You just want to kind of engage it as it's running towards you.
I mean, I feel like it would make more sense if somebody else did something. Do you know what I mean?
I mean,
I feel like
Termina's
people
also
done.
rushing in to fight this thing. Like, instinct is fight. We fight.
Yeah, you are probably one of the first people to take off after this thing. Only person that immediately charges with you is Commander Shepard, who is probably half a foot behind you, also charging into danger. As you see the orange hologram on their wrist turn into a large blade. Would you
Look
like
at
to
her.
make an attack?
I just nod to a fellow warrior. And yeah, I'm going for an attack. Just if whoever she's going, I'm gonna try and get into a flanking position.
Yeah, she looks at you and just gives you a nod to go like up, and you see her get ready to like slide.
Let's do it. And yeah, with my big old sword, I'm gonna try and attack. How do I roll?
So you will roll 2d6, and you will add either Darren or Grace.
Grace it is. Oh, that's a 6 and a 4 plus 2.
Ooh, a 12. Okay.
12.
So you get to choose 3 of these, and your opponent will choose 1. So you can either flirt or provoke your opponent and gain a string on them. You can inflict a condition. You can create an opportunity for an ally, or you can take an object or seize a better position.
So I'm definitely going to create a condition for this monster.
Okay.
I am unfamiliar with this game. Something to try and stagger, weaken them,
You
make
have
them
angry,
fighting.
frightened, guilty, hopeless, or insecure. You can choose.
Ooh, let's do frightened.
Frightened? Okay, perfect.
And then there was another one that was create an advantage for an ally. So I'm going to give that advantage to my fellow woman in arms, who is also going in for an attack here.
Perfect. And then you have one more option. So you can either provoke them or seize a superior position for yourself.
Yeah, I'm also going to make sure that I'm in a really advantageous position here.
Okay. So yeah, as you charge in and slash across, as at first it seems like it doesn't, like you hit what feels like metal. but then you slide up the side and actually get the side of its mouth, and it roars as you make contact there. As you see, Shepard tries to slide and slash under it, and the hollow blade just breaks before reforming.
Termina roars back at this creature and is also seeing that there's a crowd around here, kind of roaring for the crowd as well.
Yeah, they roar back. Where do you land as you come down, as you were attacking from top?
I think this is a big lion, Nemean lion we're talking.
Yeah.
So I feel like Termina is maybe just gripping the side of the mane at this point.
Okay. Perfect. So you're like kind of like grabbing the side of its face.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Ava, what would you like to do?
She doesn't charge ahead. I think Junon is taking a moment to observe. I feel like it's either she has encountered these types of lions in the past, or this is a similar lion that she's interacted before in the past. I think she wants to try to figure out a person to see like what type of what's the best way to put it? What type of mood is it in? Is it attacking because they haven't fed it in a very long time? Is it just agitated because like excitement? Like what vibes does the lion give today?
Yeah, roll me lit.
Okay, much better bisexual dice. 11.
Cool. You can ask any 2 questions. You don't have to use the list. You can just ask me 2 questions about the situation.
Okay. What has gotten it to be agitated enough for battle today?
It looks to be a normal condition, but as you're trying to like going through your head of like monsters you've encountered or heard about in your time in this life, you do recognize this. The Nemean lion may appear to be a lion like any other animal, but it is technically a monster. It is part of Ekina's children. And while they typically only target demigods, they also go for people of power. And 12 tasty morsels, all very powerful women, appearing in front of them has made it very hungry.
And then, is it possible for me to control it?
You could probably try. It's not super magic resistant for that. It's more like physical blows to its body is where most of its resistance is to. So you could try. It's not done because most of the people who have fought the thing have been warriors. So
True.
hence
All right.
Hercules, who has his dad's strength, being able to actually kill this thing.
Yeah, that does help. She, despite the warrior-like nature she has, she actually is more stronger in spirit and not in daring. So she's kind of right now just watching and observing to see. I kind of to see what other people do and see when the lion starts getting tired out.
So you do that and sit back to see when your opportunity comes in. You see some of the other warriors charge in and make attacks. The 2 attractive pirate ladies do not. They look at each other and they're like, not fighting that thing, and back up and start to
Fair enough.
Elizabeth and Isabel just go off to the side and start chatting. Like they're fully not involved themselves in this fight at all.
Honestly, mood.
Yeah, you see Talia's moved off to the side and is throwing like daggers as she's pulling from her cleavage. You don't know how she stored that many in there, but she's not seeming to be running out. Ray has ran up with her lightsaber engaged and has been trying to slash at it, but similar to the Omnitol blade that Shepard has, it kind of just shatters every time it makes contact and then reforms.
Can I try something now?
You sure can.
Okay. I want to try and ride it. So, which I think I'm gonna do by rolling for entice.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes total
Okay.
sense. So you want to
Cool.
try to entice this beast
Yeah.
and turn it to
Like,
your side type thing.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a 6, and that's it's a 7. I got excited for no reason.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess it
This is fun.
kind of worked, right?
Do this. So you do get a string on them.
Yeah.
You do also have a advantage on a roll if you
I
want
do
to
have
use that.
advantage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just save it for like when we're more desperate, honestly.
So you get a string
First
on them,
roll.
but they're still going to
Yeah.
react, even though they don't let you have the string.
Okay.
As they're going to give into a desire, and as you do that, and they look at you kind of confusedly, they snap their head back and take a bite at Kate's character. It was holding their face pretty much.
Come at me.
So go ahead and let's see. Go ahead and roll Grace to see if you can get out of the way.
All right. That is 7 between the dice plus another 2, 9.
Okay. You can either choose to take a condition or to give this thing +1 on its next roll against you and lose like an opportunity, like get in a bad position pretty much.
Well, I was at an advantage before from mine, so would I just lose that or?
Yeah, because you were holding it there. It reacted and you were the closest one near it. So
yeah,
you
all right.
can
So
you can either take condition or just like jump back, but then get knocked into a bad position.
yeah, so it gets swatted away into a less advantageous position for myself.
Yeah, it
and
goes
just
snap at you and misses your face by that much. And then as like you stumble back, one of its paws lash out and trips you, and you're prone underneath this thing. You can just feel the saliva starting to drip down on you.
she just laughs. A worthy opponent. Let's go.
I believe it's back to you, Kate. What would you like to do while you're
My turn.
pinned?
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna
Give me
go
a
and
wit
get
roll.
up.
Give me a
Okay.
wit
Oh,
roll,
wit?
actually.
Oh,
With advantage. So roll your dice 3 times, take the 2 higher.
Oh, amazing. Okay, so 2 dice 3 times. Okay, well, one of those is already a 6.
Okay.
6 and a 4. 1 and a 3. So we're keeping a 6 and a 4.
No, you'll just roll one extra dice. So you'll drop your lowest. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's how you roll
So I
advantage.
had a 6 and a 4 and a.
I think you said a 1 and a 3. They were both
I said a 1 and
lower.
3.
So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So 6 and 4, and then I add nothing to wit.
Okay,
Not
perfect.
a-
Still a 10. You realize that you've obviously been in the action this whole time. You charged in right with Commander Shepard, and then you say that people charge in as well. The only damage that has been done to this thing was from you when you hit its mouth.
Oh.
Inside its mouth is the only place, obviously not protected by its fur.
So I think, realizing that, she's going to shout out, "We have to hit it in the mouth. It's the only weak point." And can she get up at this point?
Yeah, you can get up and do something.
All right, I want to get up and try to jab my sword into its mouth, please.
Yeah, give me a fight roll. So roll Grace or Darren, and you can add 1 to your sword since you have.
That's double 6s on the dice.
Okay. What?
Plus my.
Yeah, you feel. I'm not gonna say it doesn't do anything in response because that's amazing. As you stab into it, Stardust is going to take 2 conditions. As you guys just see, literally, they go through, like to their forearm. Their whole blade just goes in this thing's mouth.
Long blade. So it's already frightened.
Mm-hmm. We'll
So
say
the other-
it will be angry and insecure. And with it angry,
the poor baby.
it is going to start to smash around. As I use the GM move, it's going to just start smashing around, and you feel like the ground around you actually starting to crack. And like you see parts of the arena dropping down. And as you look at one of the holes, you just see green flames of the level of Tartarus below Elysium. This thing is literally cracking between realms with how strong it is. Probably don't want to fall into that.
You to your death. It's like
Ava, back to you. You are staying back to study this thing, and actually, as you look around, you see that both Adora and Magic are doing this similar thing. Have been able to stay back with you and seem to be like looking at it, and then looking at their blades, and then looking at it, and like trying to gauge what to do.
Where is Diana right now?
Diana is one of the people in the fray. She's near it. Diana looks like she's not surprised to be here at all.
No, valid
obviously has a lot of history with these gods.
I think seeing the difficulty folks are having right now, I think she's going to take a couple steps back and kind of get like in a runner's lunge position, take off on her hose to jump into like and fly over, and I want to try to get on its back as well.
Okay, perfect. Are you going to attack me on its back, or are you just trying to get a better position in general?
Position right now.
Okay. Go ahead and roll brace.
Okay.
And you're going to have +1 to this, because as you start charging forward, Magic sees this, and you see her slash her sword, and a portal appears in front of you and above the line.
Good. Hell yeah, thank you. 10.
Yeah, perfect. You see this, look back and nod at Magic and dive in, and you appear right above the line and are able to like land and grip onto its back.
All right. I think from here she wants to get like a very strong grip into the mane and try to just start driving the lion probably into like a wall.
Actually, as you land on the line, you do land next to Ghilly, because Ghilly had also done something similar to try to be able to ride it. So you see Ghilly is like just like softly petting its fur on the front.
Whispering into its ear.
You're like just your hand though does feel soft. Like it feels like the best blanket you could ever lay on. It's really comfortable.
Not gonna think about it too strongly. Just grip it and just like pivot.
Yeah, you see it start to like buck and lash out at the two of you as it starts to like move around the arena and start moving further into it. As you see both Magic and Adora both seem to raise their blades up and transform. Magic becoming this demonic version looking of herself, and Adora doubling in height almost and becoming really buff in like a white and gold outfit, as they both charge in and slash this and also trying to pin it with you to keep it in a better position. Val, you were just having fun with Ghilly just on top of this lion guy and chilling.
Just whispering, "Good kitty," into lion's ears while everyone's trying to kill it.
Yeah, he's just thinking that you guys saw from fucking Friends.
No. Ava, your character's name is Junon. Is that that right? Okay. Yeah. So I think when Junon lands the lion next to Ghilly, she kind of and starts steering the lion like rather roughly. Ghilly's gonna like turn and look at her and just kind of like glare. But then she takes in Junon and is like, "This is the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. Like, what? Women can have horns and wings and
hooves?
Like, everything she's ever wanted." And so she just
it really just like, fully dawned on me. It's like, oh no, this is the worst game I've had to get.
Yeah, you made him a lion.
That's why I was like,
That's
not
pretty much the
Catra.
monster fucker of the group.
Give me another option, Paige. Catra's not here. It's okay. All right,
Oh my
rewind.
gosh.
Okay, so Ghilly is like kind of getting ready to like strike out with her her staff. That is her ex-girlfriend Andrul's bow, actually, with the string removed. But then upon seeing Junon, is just like stunned by this beautiful woman, and I guess is going to. Man, I don't even know like what she would do. Like, I guess entice again. Should I try that? Yeah. And
What do you do?
but no, but I don't think so. I don't think she's conflicted. I think she
right now because
yeah.
you have the character in front of you, Ava's character kind of like has it in like almost a chokehold, but you also see Magic and Adora on either side pinning it, and now you look up behind you and you actually see Diana has its tail kind of like raveled around.
So everyone is kind of like pinning this lion down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And no, you know what? I think she is going to try and entice on Junon, and because Junon's the one that's like controlling the lion, right? So I'm gonna roll first and see how well it goes. So that's also a 7 again.
So you're rolling to entice Junon this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a 7. So I would say like what I would do.
So Ava, you can either accept this string on you and let this happen, or you can choose one of these options. You can get really flustered and awkward. You can promise something they think you want, or you can give in to desire. As you see Ghilly start to come, like look up to you.
Look, I am not trying to kill it, just trying to get it to stop. If you want to pet it later, please just help us do this. Essentially, try to promise something.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think, like, Ghilly's gonna say, like, let's try to get it to safety, please. They're going to kill it.
Perfect!
Okay, I guess Ghilly's convinced that that's the right move.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Then I'll say Ava will get back to you with, how do you pronounce your character's name?
Junon.
Junon. What does Junon do in the moment after, that interaction? How do you want to try to subdue this while you see other warriors like holding it down and trying to get it to stop?
Do we see where it came out of? I'm assuming it was like in a holding area before.
There's a tunnel behind from where it came, so it came through a tunnel.
I think she's going to call out. Yeah, let's do this. Warriors of the different realms, this creature, this is not the strongest or even the most craftiest amongst our type of monsters. There'll be better opportunities for you next. Help me get it back to where it belongs. And you have my aid.
Okay. Give me an entice roll.
All right, what's my... let's see. That's an 8.
Okay.
My heart is a -1.
So an 8 does beat the 3 that I rolled. I rolled just to see it because you were enticing 3 people, because you have 3 people around holding it down: Diana, Adora, and Magic at the moment. And they all look to you and they kind of like make eye contact with each other and just like, okay. Diana, though, from the back is like, you know what this creature is, though, right? You also look like you're familiar with all this. It's gonna keep coming back even if we kill it. It doesn't stay dead.
Yeah, but it makes for good competition and practice work for the warriors. So I prefer to keep it around sometimes.
Fair enough. This is a different. This is a different Elysium for me, so I'll follow your lead. And you see she pulls out her lasso and starts to lasso it from behind.
Cool. We're gonna start trying to move it back to the tunnel.
If you want to, I guess we can just tug it back.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the other warriors start to move near the rope and start grabbing onto it, except for Isabella and Elizabeth. They're still in their own corner.
Me.
And I think where Termina left off too, she had her sword pretty deep into this creature's throat.
Yeah, you're
So
still
using that
it's
to pull. Yeah. So realizing that this is what everyone's doing, and right, I am here to find connection, so I will go along with the group. And using that like leverage of her sword to help with this pulling it back.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you guys are able to. I'm gonna have you roll. There's like 10 of you. The 10 of you completely move this line back to the tunnel, and it opens back up as you approach, and you see its cage in there. You're able to push it back in the cage and lock the door. And as you do so, a large gong goes through the Colosseum. Well, not how I expected the first challenge to go, but looks like our lovely group here is already working together. I told you, honey, this was the perfect thing for all of them. Look at those two. She points to Isabel and Elizabeth. They're already in love, I think. She actually glances and like waves her hand. You see two paint silhouettes around Elizabeth and Isabella. Oh, that was quick, actually. Okay. Well, you didn't really do anything, but I'm glad you guys enjoy each other. And she claps her hand, and the two of them disappear. So we have our first match of the night, actually. I guess it makes sense. Two pirates, two really boss women. I love this for them. The rest of you get a little reward, though, as she waves her hand, and you guys start to feel the arena move as a lounge area appears in the middle of the Coliseum. A full-ass swimming pool. And, like, if you've ever seen Love Island, that whole, like, outside setup they have when they're doing, like, little date scenes and shit.
Like challenges and stuff.
Yeah, that whole thing appears. Have some rest and relaxation, dears. Get to know each other, and I'm going to give you your privacy. Only, obviously, me and Ares will be able to hear what's going on. She waves her hand, and the sounds of the arena deafen. And I think that's where we can take our break, Kate.
Sure, we can absolutely break here. Hello and welcome back to Don't Kill My Character presents Thirsty Sword Lesbians Speed Dating to the Death. I'm gonna toss it back to Paige with that. I don't really got much announcements. I just want to play more.
Yeah, before the break, we already had our first challenge as our 12 contestants here fought the Namian line and subdued it successfully. Or I should say 10 contestants, as Elizabeth, Swan, and Isabella flirted the whole time and were declared a match at the end of the first challenge and have been sent away somewhere. But now there is a beautiful lounge area, pool, like full service bar, like couches everywhere to sit and chat and everything. And you see people kind of just like looking around. And the first thing you guys notice is all your weapons are gone. And you are all in like some version of beach outfit that you would have from back home. Like you're in like casual beach clothes.
Okay, so like what I am wearing as Valmina.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys have free run of the place to talk to whoever you want to talk to.
Does my little dragon friend get to stay with me, or did he go with the weapons?
Sitting on your head.
Okay.
Right in between your headdress.
I think Termina would approach Commander Shepard because that's who jumped into battle second with me, and would just say, "You fought well. You ran in quick. I like that bravery."
Thank you. It's a little bit different. and I'm used to having more guns with me, but we took care of it pretty quickly. It's a little old-fashioned. Do you know where we are exactly?
Yes, are you familiar with the Greek god pantheon?
Wait, those are actual gods and not just two crazy people?
I mean, they're both are true. They are two gods and two crazy people. Any world that you have heard about, read about, it is likely, or was at one point, real. Someone may have destroyed it, but at one point it was true.
Interesting. That doesn't make me feel small at all in this universe. And I've traveled most of it in my world. So that's yeah, you just see their eyes go kind of wide for a second. Humbling a little bit.
Yes, most people are quite small.
Yeah, so I mean I guess we're supposed to get to know each other. What did you do that brought you here?
Oh, I am also in service of one of those gods, or how else you may have described them. And they decided that it was a gift for me to come here.
Greek Pantheon. I don't know if this will even work. And you see the hologram appear again? Okay, my weapons are disengaged. That made sense. But she scrolls around and is like, Greek Pantheon. I don't know how this is still connected to the internet, by the way, but she starts scrolling through. Which god do you work for?
Yes, we are being truthful. Ares.
You just slowly see her typing it into like some future version of Google. God of discord and strife. I'm gonna guess your time's been interesting.
Yes, I am very used to destroying, as we ran into combat to do. Not so much used to doing things not with the intent to ultimately destroy.
Fair enough. I'm usually also in combat, but I'm in the military, so it kind of comes with the job.
Yes, it is a job, and we follow orders and must put aside things that are not those orders. You get it?
I do
Yes.
get it. I totally always follow orders 100% of the time. And you see her like blush a little bit and look away.
You can get away with not?
I mean, if you're really useful to someone, I found that you can kind of push at the exact meaning of what they ask you, as long as the end result is typically within line.
That is interesting. Yes. Well, are you also interested in in this element of the competition?
It's the first time I've been in this kind of situation. Usually, most people I've been with have just been part of my crew, to be honest. We went through a lot in like I think Mass Effect games are a 3-year span? Yeah, 3-year span time, and I was dead for 2 of those years.
Oh.
So
Did you forgive who killed you or what killed you?
it was a what, and we killed them all. So yeah, I think we came to an understanding after the fact. But yeah, me and my girlfriend Miranda broke up 6 months ago.
Yeah, I have also lost hearts. I am sorry for your loss.
Okay, because I know your character can't. You mean literal hearts? I'm gonna roll
just a little bit.
I'm gonna
Sure.
figure out a person for Commander's
Yeah. I love it.
I'll say she's a +1, so she rolled an 8. So she definitely tells you mean literally, I think, in this moment. And also can tell that you're kind of not used to talking to people.
Yeah.
For the mods, there was a whole romance for Miranda and Mac for female shepherd that they took out of the games. It's bullshit.
Hey. I agree with you on that. I'm just saying.
I typically choose Tali.
Okay.
All right, we had a
I
little
thought it'd be a
bit of
little
a stream
dangerous.
hiccup, but
Yeah.
we're good.
Okay, no worries. We were just talking about my dated choices in Mass Effect.
I have not played
I'm
Mass
seeing
Effect.
patterns,
I do
I'm
not
seeing
know
patterns.
this character. I just was like, okay, Commander Shepard ran in with Termina, so Termina's gonna talk.
You just finished watching Avatar. You remember Toph and how Paige really loves
Yeah.
Toph? Older,
Oh,
and more seductive Toph kind of personality.
incredible.
Type of personality, but more charisma.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
more
Okay.
charisma and sexy.
Yeah, like if Top had to be the leader of that group, that's probably what she would develop it to.
love
I love
this.
Paige.
Incredible. So, yeah, so they figured out a person a little bit on me.
Yeah, I'm guessing you don't get to meet new people a lot.
Well, I meet a lot of new people, but I don't get to know them for very long. So, it's
up on that. Do you like what you do?
I'm good at what I do.
It's not what I asked.
I think I would like to do something different.
Okay. Is that why you're here then?
Well, I'm here because I have permission to be here, but I also do like the opportunity that here could give me to be different.
Okay. Well, let's help make that opportunity have a chance. I'm going to do just a couple drinks. You sit here and wait, okay? I'll be right back. And
Okay.
you see Kate get up to walk over to the bar, and we will cut over to the two of you. Who do you guys want to talk to?
Wait, Shepard's first name is Kate?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's the
canonical. Yeah.
that's one of the default names that's used for her a lot. It's either Jane and Kate are like the two common ones across the fandom.
And of course you chose Kate for this. You could have
Listen,
chosen Jane.
most of the fan fiction I read from Mass Effect has been Kate, okay? Leave me alone. That's how I know her.
Incredible.
I
Move
love
the
it.
camera.
I think
Ask who you guys would talk to. I know who Val's probably gonna go for.
I mean,
Ava, do you want to
Wonder
talk
Woman,
to
Diana. We're going to
or
Diana.
you gonna talk to-
oh shit.
like there's something like there's a tingle in the back of her head. It's like I don't like this feeling. I'm gonna go find someone.
Yeah,
Oh,
Diana's
boy.
outfit's just kind of turned into like very Amazonian type. I mean, just what she would wear on the island. So she lives on
Yeah.
an island. So just not much different than what she's already wearing, just not her superhero version of it. You see she's just leaning against the bar, drink in hand, and kind of she looks like she's puzzled because she's used to Greek gods, but not this is a different thing for her. Like she's looking up where the boss is distractedly.
You mentioned that you know of Elysium, but not this Elysium. Would you perhaps like some assistance on seeing the difference between our two?
That would be great because the last time I saw my version of Ares, we fought. So don't fully trust this whole situation.
Don't fret about Lord Ares. He is too much of a mama's boy and a lover of Aphrodite to really bother people that much, besides his job.
You look up at the bar. You actually see Ares' face get offended because the two of them can hear everything.
And she looks up like, dude, we hang out during Thanksgiving. Don't bother me.
He slowly sits back down and slouches at his
Yeah,
chair.
I thought so.
Okay,
Like you could argue if it wasn't true.
okay. when you've humbled the god of war. So yeah, definitely not my home.
Well, it is one of the honors of being by the side of the queen consort for so long. I
Oh,
know her
you
family.
work for Hera here.
In a sense, yes.
Okay.
I, we, no, I. I have had many lives and I've known Hera for many different iterations. My first life, I was in the lands that are known, I think, now as Egypt. I knew her as Bat, and then as Hathor, and then the name I go by now, Junon, is in honor of her Roman title, Juno. And
So
so now I know her here.
you and your version of Hera are stuck in some sort of loop or reincarnation.
Yes, my gifts allow me to be reborn, to continue my oath to her work.
It's not too different in our world. Hera kind of has blessed and is a patron of our island, of the Amazons, Themyscira. Um,
Amazons. We have a variation of Amazons as well, but I don't think, from what you said about Lord Hades, I don't think you would care much for that.
Hades in our universe is not the most amicable person. I've also had to fight him on various occasions. Um, but most of
Warrior
the
women as well.
are, yeah, warrior women for the most part. They don't really leave the island. I'm kind of the exception. Um,
Interesting.
they're not
Those
too
are similar.
keen on man's world, so don't blame them
Similar
at
with ours.
times. Yeah.
Similar with ours, but Ares here for our Amazonian people is kind of known as a tinge of their patron. He has daughters among them, so he cares for them in a way.
Interesting. Yeah, the Ares in our world just cares about war, tries to instigate any conflict that happens, has caused various problems for me and my friends over the years. But y'all can be desensitized a little bit when you're fighting them, and your best friend can pretty much fight the whole pantheon by himself. So, yeah. So,
I hate these classes.
They look amazing, though.
thing from the bar. It seems like they have everything. Literally, I haven't even heard of half of these labels before, but it's helping me relax because I still don't trust any of this.
Well, consider, as I promised in the arena with the Numian lion, consider me an ally of yours for the time being, and on my honor of Hera's warrior, I hope that you can trust in that.
Question though, if you're from here,
Mm.
why did they enter one of their own into this competition? Because I know it's a chance for a match, but you can possibly die. Why would they want to lose one of their own warriors?
Well, it's easy to volunteer maybe due to being reborn, but let's just say that despite the blessings of having the goddess of marriage as a patron, that that opportunity eludes me quite painfully on occasion. And so she wanted to give me a chance.
Fair enough. I don't really know why I'm here. I've been in a relationship since technically since the 40s. And the person I'm interested in now just stays in a cave with teenagers most of the time. So, I mean, at least I guess it's a break for now.
I can understand teenagers. That's quite concerning.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. He seems to adopt teenagers to lose their parents. It happens a lot in his city. It's really concerning, actually. Like every time someone's orphaned, he adopts them, and they just happen to be able to do amazing. It's really weird, but if I start talking about Gotham, we're going to be here all night. So, yeah.
Well, at the very least, my name is Junon. Pleasure to meet you. What title would you prefer? Diana. Artemis, I believe, has that title sometimes.
It was named after her. In honor, a lot happens very commonly on our island. She's not too bad.
I don't get to work with her too often, but I believe that is quite an honorable name to be given.
I'm gonna go and try to scout out some other people that are here and get to know people, but it's nice to know that I have an ally.
Of course.
Fellow Greek warrior as well, which is nice. And you see she holds out her arm for like a warrior's handshake type thing.
She'll take it.
Now I'm gonna go because that person's been kind of staring at you this whole time, and I think they're finally. So good luck with that. And she pats you on the back. Val!
What? Doing what?
Nyx, please be with me.
So
Call
actually,
me
I
at night.
think I want to revise that suggestion for Paige. Instead of actually like directly looking over at Junon, Ghilly has like poured herself a glass of the darkest red wine available, and has sent Chaos to just kind of like be floating around over where Diana and Junon have been talking, and just so she's not looking.
You're looking, but you're not looking. Got it.
but like, oh, every once in a while I might look because my dragon's over there, and I just want to see how he's doing, you know. So.
Well, you obviously notice Diana leave, and you see Junon glance in your direction.
Right, and so I'm gonna take that opening, or at least what I'm interpreting as an opening, and saunter over, and say, "Hello, I'm Ghilly. I saw you seem to have a degree of familiarity with that beast we just wrestled with. That's how is that? How did you come to be so knowledgeable?
It is one of the boons of living here for so long. I remember when Heracles battled with the beast. Very nasty business. Don't want to give you the details because it seems that you are fascinated with the creature, and any concept of violence I'm sure you wouldn't approve of, but...
Well, I heard someone else say that it can return to life again. Is that true?
Yes, because it ended with him getting skinned, so... See, he's fine.
Well, that seems rather nasty, but yes, if it can walk freely again, I don't see the harm, I suppose. So you're from here. What's your name?
In these lives, I go by Junon.
Junon. It's a beautiful name. And
you are?
Oh, you can call me Ghilly. It's short for Gillinane. But that's a mouthful.
Curious. It's not a language that I'm familiar with, but it kind of rolls off the tongue of something familiar. Interesting.
Yes, I've never been here before. It's all quite foreign to me. But it's a lot better than what I was doing earlier, so...
Well, what were you doing earlier?
Oh, I was rehearsing a dance. I'm a dancer, and I, to be honest with you, had pretty rough separation from someone recently who is very well, we don't have to talk about her. She's not here.
Did she stab you literally in the back? Is it that type of rough?
Well, not this time.
I understand that feeling. That was life 13.
Life 13. So
Hmm.
you've been around a few times then.
Truly, my life and death is eternal.
That's
Truly.
so fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me, do you always have horns like that?
Think about this, actually. Have I always had the horns? Yes, but they've always been different depending on the life.
That's fascinating. And sorry, like, are they can you like does it feel like anything? Like if
If you're asking if they are actually attached to my person, yes, they are a part of my everything, including the wings and including the tail
Wow.
and the hooves.
Well, we don't have anyone like you where I'm from.
Well, we have a lot of monster types here, so it's not rare. It's actually uncommon. It's uncommon. Not too common, but uncommon.
Well, I should like to find out how to stay here longer then. Need a vacation from my own life anyway.
Well, as far as I'm aware, the transfers between worlds, there's no one really here that fully forces it like that. So you are welcome to stay as long as it doesn't disrupt the natural order of your world for not being there.
You get an image in your head of a drunk Elgrenane and Solus at the bar without you.
Men
Yeah.
who need some.
Soulless. Algrenade, soulless.
Yeah, I think yeah, Ghilly is just gonna kind of like play with her hair and be like, can I get you anything to drink? Or are you comfortable? Do you need anything?
If you can get some ambrosia, I would appreciate that.
Ambrosia. I'll have to find out what that is. And then, yes, I would love to get that for you.
Love to give challenges to people.
I gotta believe this bar.
The dream.
Yeah.
In the multiverse.
Amazing.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna walk away and try and go on an ambrosia quest, I guess.
A quest to the bar.
To the bar.
Yeah.
You see one of the other characters sitting there having a drink alone at the moment. You haven't seen them interact with anyone really. It's in their whole time here, but it is Asuna.
Asuna. Okay.
Right now, she's in like what seems to be like a red sundress, and just looks very out of place.
Well, remind me what she was doing during the fight.
She was one of those people that charged in the second wave. So, but she was like Ray. She was kind of charging in, hitting, charging out, trying to probe for points. Especially with her having like a fencer's blade, she can't really slash and hack at something with that. She needs to just hit directly.
Okay. Yeah. So I think yeah. I'm not gonna comment on her stabbing the lion. I'm gonna be nice. I'm just gonna ask her. Where are you from? Do you know what ambrosia is by any chance?
Isn't it the thing like God's drink in fiction or something?
Oh, well, not in my world,
I
but
guess not here. Yeah.
do you think they have
yeah,
it here
probably. It's
then,
they.
since there's gods running this show?
I don't know. I was looking just for like a mid drink, and I didn't have to make it. It just like kind of appeared behind the bar, which was kind of weird. But yeah, I think you go back there and look whatever you're looking for just appears.
Well, that's lovely. Thanks for the tip. And yeah, I think she's just gonna go past her to get the ambrosia then.
Yeah, you go right past. She just seems to kind of be weighing in late, whether or not to continue the conversation before she lets up and is like, so, what do you kind of make of all this?
Oh, well, it was not what I was expecting for my evening personally. This was more the plan, honestly, sitting, drinking, talking, maybe some dancing. But no, wrestling a giant golden lion, that was not in the cards, my dear. How about for you?
Well, typically I'm only fighting stuff when I'm inside a. Do you know what a video game is? Didn't think so.
Oh, right.
So it's like a form of entertainment.
Right.
And in our world, you can put on these headsets, and you kind of enter a world that's not a real world, but you get abilities, and you can kind of fight like this.
Like the Fade.
Kind of.
Right.
But if you die, you just wake up back in your normal world. And being pulled through the universe with video game characters is a little weird because that's Commander Shepard from Mass Effect. And that one pirate ship was from the Dragon Age games.
Right.
So
I don't know what any of this is, but so interesting.
Yeah, what did you say your name was?
Oh, you can call me Ghilly. It's short for Gillinane.
Her eyes go wide at that.
I was literally wondering if you're gonna have her be like, did I play Veilguard recently?
I'm obsessed with this moment.
It was nice to meet you, but I'm gonna go over. Yeah, and she just runs. like she walks away, but like it's a run. It's a run walk away to the other side of this area.
To handle that conversation.
I don't understand. I'm just a normal, gentle girl.
Yeah, because Sword Art in this is just our world, but an anime. So like she knows every character here for the most part.
Absolutely.
She's freaking out.
Perfect.
This is so funny.
She's just a normal girl that just plays video games. Like,
I feel like whenever like Junon looks at Asuna, just like future. I'm not touching that right now.
It's always great to, like, in these abnormal circumstances, there's so many characters, you're like, yeah, I'm used to my world being weird. To have that one person that is like, no, this is weird.
Yeah, it's just serial killers locking her in video games and then getting out, and then she's normal again. She's fine. Like besides some PTSD, this is a little above her pay grade.
Oh.
But yeah, you see her run off to like she actually just runs up and like goes in her swimsuit and just jumps in the pool. Just fully jumps in the pool away from everybody. Yeah. And it's doing laps at a fast pace as you make your way back over to Junon with the drink.
Okay.
Well, yeah, let's come back over to Team K is I know
Termina
doing anything else while you see Shepard go to drink. You see how Shepard goes to the bar and actually toss to Diana for a little bit before Junon gets over there, and then like has the drink, but like goes and like bumps into a few other people. So she's made her way back, but she's obviously meeting other people as well.
Well, Shepard said to wait here and I'll bring you a drink. So first Termina's like, yes, I know how to listen to directions and orders. I will wait here. But then Shepard's not coming back right away, and she thinks about what Shepard said about you can follow orders and directions by doing it like a little bit skewed. So she's probably just going to call out to like another character that is around.
Let's see.
Is She-Ra still around? Because I feel like Big Sword kind of thing.
Yeah. You do see
Adora.
Adora. She is back in her normal form now.
So
Just
like,
off
still
the
staying
side in a pair of like very rolled up shorts and like a tank top, just sitting off to the side, kind of still just glancing around everybody.
So still staying on the couch, following directions, but will gesture to She-Ra, but like holding her own sword with her hand, like against, sitting at the edge of this couch, like not leaning back, relaxing.
Well, you don't have your sword, but yeah.
Oh, we don't have our swords. That's right. Okay, so I'll just say, I saw you had a very large sword as well in that combat. It's I like big swords.
It just like stands up and comes over and sits next to you. Yeah, I mean, I think most of us had pretty big swords for the most part, but
yes, some were wielding magic as well.
Yeah, so
do you not want to talk about your sword? Do you prefer talking about other things?
I mean, we can talk about my sword, I guess. To me, I mean, it's just a weapon for the most part. It does let me transform into what you saw in the fight, but
yes, that was a spectacular transformation.
Yeah, it's like part of my heritage, I guess, in a way. I'm still learning about it because this is like early season 2 She-Ra, because I'm still
got it.
Because I don't want to spoil shit for me for this. But yeah, I mean, it's nice. It helps out a lot. I'm used to having to fight. Obviously, I think most of us are here. That one girl did kind of stare at me, but beyond that, it seems like everyone's pretty not fazed by what's going on.
Yes, I believe we're all people who come from possibly abnormal, special circumstances and realities that this does not faze us. So it's, I guess, nice to be amongst others who understand that lifestyle.
Yeah, we all have PTSD and relationship problems, apparently, is the gist of what I got from the nice little introduction here.
Yes!
I don't know how they know that me and my girlfriend broke up yesterday, but weird.
Well, that is very recent.
Yeah, Hatra is a little hard-headed, and when she's mad, you kind of just gotta let her get it out of her system. I'm just treating this as a little break before I go home. I'm sure she'll come back. This isn't the first time we've been off.
So you intend to go back to Katra then?
Yeah, but meeting new friends and new people. Not really here to date, but I mean, meeting new people and figuring out there's a multiverse is kind of cool, I guess.
Yes.
I hope he wasn't serious about that. If we don't match, we just keep fighting forever, though.
That would be sad. That would be sad for you if you have someone that you do know that you want to go back to.
He's not that big. I could probably take him. And she's like staring up at Ares, and Ares is like, what the fuck?
I have recently come to realize that we can follow directions mostly. So if the goal is to find love, and you have already found love, perhaps you have already won and gained your freedom from this.
So you think once Katra gets back to her senses, back in our world, it's be teleported back? That's a weird way to think about it. Okay.
Well, there's another...
This might take a while.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Maybe. there are different types of loving bonds that you can form here, and if you form a love that is more friendship-based with someone.
Maybe. We'll test it out. So are you here to try to find someone? I saw you talking to the sci-fi lady.
Yes, that is Shepard. I would like to find love. Yes, I would. I'd like to be able to keep a heart for once.
Well, I am not here for that, so why don't I help?
Oh,
Is there anyone else here you want to talk to?
Oh.
You seem to be glued to this couch, but
Yes.
I wouldn't be the first time I've winged woman. I had to get Bo and Glimmer together eventually, so.
Yes, those seem like names of people that I wouldn't. I mean, Kate, like I've seen all She-Ra. I love She-Ra. I mean, looking through the NPC list, the characters that I'm familiar with, some of them have left. I'm talking to one of them. Is there anyone you recommend as my wing woman?
She like looks around to see who's free at the moment. I'm gonna roll for this. So let's see who's left.
Asuna seems to be a bit
yeah, I'm gonna take
nervous and not quite.
Delete Elizabeth from this list because she's really fun.
Elizabeth and Isabella left. I've spoken to Shepard.
Okay. Diana looks preoccupied. I mean, let's talk to this hot, scary lady. As she points to Talia. Yeah, I'll bring her over. She looks like she.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll be right back. And you see
looks
her.
Like she could handle herself in a fight.
Talia for a few minutes, and Talia gets like an amused grin on her face, and like looks over her shoulder and gives you a wink. It's like, yeah, okay. And you just see Talia make her way over to you. I mean, it's Talia Ghul. I don't think I have to describe what's approaching you right now.
I mean, I think I actually, this is another character I'm not familiar with, but I'm looking at the picture and it's a vibe. I think
Ghul is the daughter of the League of Assassins in the DC universe, and is the mother of the Robin, because I guess Damian Wayne is just Robin. So yeah, Robin.
Oh, bet.
Yeah, the most
okay.
Robin.
All right, you know what? I think for this woman, Termina is gonna stand up at this. Not just gonna sit on her couch. Hello there. I am Termina. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. Interesting place we find ourselves in. I do recognize her because we're. My ex is currently dancing around her at the moment.
Oh.
But that's beyond the point. Diana's okay. Little goody two-shoes, but she's okay.
And would you not be a goody two-shoes then?
Not at all. And she just leans into you.
Used to destruction, chaos.
Just a good time. Whatever I want to do.
Sounds like much freedom in that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to not be burdened by morals.
Oh. So what do you do so unburdened?
I'm, I guess, what you would call for hire if you need someone to disappear.
Oh, I do similar work.
A whole group specializes in that, actually.
Are you the leader of this group or a member?
You see she grits her teeth. I was the heir. but the heir doesn't seem to want his title, so I'm technically in charge.
Understood. So, what is it you are here to seek then?
I mean, I'm in no rush to leave anytime soon. I think I'm just here to have fun. They get to kill stuff. They provide free drinks. Beautiful people to talk to.
You know, you make a good point. If we're not on a time limit here, this is a
We're in no
nice
rush.
place to try and stay. As long as you're staying with good people.
Yeah. Of course. I wonder what they have in store for us next.
Well, it's a competition of fighting and finding love, and so far I believe only 2 have done the latter.
Yeah, the pirate ladies. They didn't seem very interested in fighting the lion, but to be fair, I did not also want to run at that thing. That thing was little above my pay grade.
What are you usually fighting then? People, you said, making people disappear?
I mean, I'm not usually fighting anyone. They don't see me.
Oh.
They're usually dead when I appear. But yeah, most of the time it's people. If they do catch me before I finish the job.
Interesting, a unseen sort of shadow work.
It's fun. You should try it sometime. But I see you are also familiar with some of the same.
Yes, I believe my style might be a bit too bold to work for Unseen.
I had no idea when I saw you shove your arm in a lion's mouth, but whatever works, I suppose.
Yes, that was that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. You held your own there for a while. Very impressive.
Thank you. Yes, I guess it could be impressive as well to do the sneaking from behind. Perhaps that helps with maintaining your freedoms.
Too, because I'm pretty sure character's not used to this. Talia is like fully leaned in, a full eye contact this whole conversation. Just
okay. Well, if we're doing like a gossip kind of thing right now, I have a move called when you seek insight about a person by spending some time gossiping with those who know them. So I guess this wouldn't work here. I haven't used any of my moves, so I was like, can I use a move? Maybe not that one.
I mean, she does know Diana.
Okay. Well,
maybe gossip about her and their whole situation, but that's like the only one she would know.
Yeah. Yeah, I might try to do. Why not? I'll do the figure out a person move, the gossip move from the Chosen. So I'll just say, so you seem to know much about that Diana, and perhaps you're not on the friendliest of terms. Goody two shoes, you said?
Go ahead and roll wit.
Yeah. Oh, I have. Oh, that's so low. That's just a 3.
Okay, so mark potential.
Mark
or experience, sorry. I was just running Mask on Wednesday. Mark experience. She just kind of smirks and leans back a little bit. Yeah, me and Diana are rivals in a way. Our world's very black and white. There's heroes and there are villains, and Diana's one of the big heroes in that world, so
I imagine I would be a villain in such a world.
I mean, it depends. They're really weird about killing. Some people are okay with it, but then Batman gets all up in a hissy fit if it happens in his city. But like, I don't know. It's so objective, to be honest. People need to just
What do
be
you-
more honest with themselves.
What do you think of yourself in such a world?
I don't like to place myself in a box. I'm just a person who's very good at what she does. Everything she does, and she leans back in.
I think Termina's pretty intrigued by this person. She's thinking, maybe part of her is thinking that this is leaning into the person that she's kind of always been, of a killer. And right now the internal struggle is Termina's looking at being with I'm forgetting her name. Being with Talia in a way that Termina has always been, or being with Shepard in a way that she has never been as a person before.
Fair enough. And as you go to continue the conversation, there is a loud gong that goes through the arena. And the area that you're in disappears, and you are both all standing back in the arena in full fighting outfits. Well, that was entertaining. My wife seems to enjoy that. You see Aphrodite's just like giggling to herself over everything that just happened. She has like a TV in front of her and is rewatching scenes, like rewinding back. But it's time for your next challenge. You've gotten to know each other. Now it's time to fight each other. Because what better way to know someone than by the blade? You will be paired up in groups of 3, and one of you will get a break. So let's roll to see who that is. And he rolls the big board, and the break lands on Diana. And Diana teleports up to their box and immediately is grabbed by Aphrodite. And Diana, even though it's not her Aphrodite, looks so resigned to this conversation immediately. She literally looks down there and makes eye contact with you, Junon, and it's just like...
Yeah, I'll hear about this later.
Yeah, you guys are all teleported to different sides of the Coliseum. Obviously, I'm going to pair the 3 of you together because just to make it easier. 3 of you together. We're going to pair together Magic, Adora, and Talia, and then Shepard, Asuna, and
Ray.
Ray. There we go. Ray's all the way down the last page, so I can find her. Okay, for this challenge, it's a battle royal. Aphrodite says I'm not allowed to let you guys actually die now, so if you die, you just get teleported up here. You'll be fine. So go all out, have fun, go for it. And he rings the gong. You see everyone just kind of looking around at each other.
Yeah.
Wait, so are we like fighting the other teams?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're fighting each.
Last
We
team.
are
We're
working
a
together
group
to
of
fight
3.
the others.
It's a 3-way fight.
Okay. Can I roll to figure it out? Like, who is the weakest?
Sure.
Out of okay.
Roll wit.
Okay.
As you're looking around, the 3 of you do notice that as you look and glance at everyone's outfits have changed in color. The 3 of you are in completely red now.
Red team.
The one team's completely in blue, and one team's completely in yellow.
Can I also actually I have a playbook move to have my little dragon friend assist me with things.
Mm-hmm. You look
and
up at him, and his scales are red currently.
Yeah. So one of the things that it can help me with is wit. So is it okay to get a +1 from that? Okay, cool.
+1 from him.
Okay. Yeah, well, I rolled an 8. So I guess that didn't really help, but it's cool. Because I used my little dragon friend. Who was flying around, sussing out the competition.
Yeah, you still get to ask 2 questions, but then someone's going to scope you out as well. So,
Okay. Cool. So, I think I'm gonna look at. I'm really trying to remember who the groups were again. It was.
the groups are Talia,
Yeah.
Adora, and Magic, and
Okay.
Ray, Asuna, and Shepard.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna, since I'm familiar with Asuna already from just briefly chatting, I'm gonna ask like, yeah, like what is her weakness? And I think I'm gonna also look at Magic
Okay.
and ask what is her strength.
Okay. For Asuna, I think you can look at her and you see a mix of awe and like her being frightened on her face. Like she's not used to the same type of fight the rest of you are.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like whatever she does, whatever power she uses, just never with her life on the line.
Okay.
So she's just seems really out of her depth. But also it's like seems to know all of you in a way. As for Magic, you did see the portal that she created during the first fight, and that sword. I mean, even though you're not a god in your world, you're still pretty powerful mage. You can feel the magic radiating off that sword, and it connects to some realm that it seems to have.
Okay, cool. All right. Then I'm gonna say to my teammates, and just like kind of gesturing at Magica, like just with, I don't know, just like, you know, just not because I don't want to be too obvious about it. But yeah, and just be like, I think we need to disarm her as soon as possible. Get her sword away.
All right. It shall be done.
Who else wants that?
I mean, with that instruction being given to Termina,
Right to Magic.
yeah, she would try to do some like a disarming style attack on Magic.
You run to Magic. As you're running to Magic, you see Adora on her team is transformed and is running past you to their team and has engaged Ray in the middle of the arena fighting.
There's Ray are fighting. All right, then I think Shepard is also not on Magic's team. So as I'm running past, I might just say to Shepard, apparently this Magic one needs to be disarmed or we may be in trouble. I know we're not on the same team, but perhaps a team up and then fight each other later.
Works for me.
Let's do it. Grab Shepard and go disarm Magic.
Yeah, Shepard runs with you. She's not on her team either, so yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Similar, just like you and Shepard running side by side.
Yup. I love this forum. Okay.
Fight roll if you want, and I'll say you can add one since Shepard's going to help you in this.
What roll am I making? Fight roll?
Fight, so Grace.
Cool. Okay. So, yep. 5 plus 2 is 7 plus 1 is 8. Is that enough?
That will. They still get to do something in return. With a 7 and 9, you choose 2 of those 4 options, and your opponent will choose 1. So you can flirt with or provoke them. You can inflict a condition, create an opportunity for your ally, or take something from them. And I believe you were trying to disarm her, so I think taking object is going to be
absolutely trying to take the object.
Okay. So you're going to disarm her, and then do you want to do damage to her, or do you want to create an opportunity, or do you want to flirt/provoke her?
Can I flirt with Shepard instead?
Sure, you can sure do that. You can flirt with
Yeah,
Shepard while you brought in.
So I'm disarming, magic, flirting with Shepard.
Sure, and
Okay.
as you disarm Magic, she is able to at least move the blade in a way as it comes out, as it hits the ground, it still slashes at you. And I'm gonna have you add the condition hopeless, as you are slashed through your hamstring.
Amazing.
So you kind of like drop to one knee, but the blade is dropped, and Shepard immediately like forms a shield with the Omni tool and just bashes Magic on her back, and then goes to help you up. Are you okay?
Yes, I'll be fine. Thank you.
No worries. Here, let me. And I'm going to use ability of Shepard, because Shepard does have this. You're going to take that condition right back away, because she's going to lean over you with the Omni tool and apply Metagel to your wound. Instantly heal.
Oh.
Shut up, Ava.
I mean, I have to believe at this point that Termina is smitten. And
you want to just declare you're smitten? That's what you can do.
Is it too early? Is that like something that like I can only do once?
You can totally do that. So we're going to answer your question in your book. So
yeah.
Let's bring that up. So when you become smitten with someone, say why. Commander Shepard's going to get a strain on you, and then you need to answer our question. So why in this moment do you feel like she becomes smitten with Commander Shepard?
I think that she realizes what I was playing at before, that if the three people she feels like she connected with in some way, Adora, Talia, and Shepard, Shepard is someone that sees both who she is and who she could be, and is someone that matches all of those parts of her. And even though Shepard saw, oh, you're someone who destroys in chaos and discord, is still offering that help and believing in her in a way beyond what I think Termina has been believed in. In this moment of her both aiding in battle and reaching down to help her at the same time is absolutely what does it. But the stations make it really hard to be together, impossible, because...
So what in your mind makes you think it would be hard to be with Shepard?
Because in every instance that Termina has fallen in love, she has broken that heart, because that is how she gains power for herself and her goddess and all that she knows how to do. So Termina is in a place of, I want to be with this person, but I've never been with a person without breaking them, and I don't want to break this person.
Okay. Shepard will take a strain on you and reach down, drops to a knee yourself. There, you should be all good now. Let's get back into this, okay?
Yes, of course.
Put your arm around her shoulders and lifts you up, pulling you like close to her side. You can even feel the heat through the ceramic armor. Okay, back to our others. What is Junon doing?
I think I was considering who to do this on. I want to use my Truth of Hearts abilities, the Under the Heaven's Eye. At first, I wanted to do this on Magic, but I know Magic's lore. I'm not touching that shit. So we'll go with...
What you mean, bestie?
We're not touching that. She needs therapy. So we'll go with Adora then.
To be fair, most of these characters need therapy, but yeah.
But she especially. So, Under Heaven's Eye, when you figure out a person in physical conflict, you may additionally ask one of these questions, even on a 6.
Okay.
So I want to do that on Adora.
Sure.
And that is... Okay, that's good. So that is a 9.
Okay. Two just general questions, and then you can ask the question for your playbook. But she's also going to figure something out about you in this moment.
Yes. So I think, how can I get you to yield is primary question.
Okay. The best way to get her to yield is to somehow knock her out of her transformation. You don't know if getting the blade away or just getting her tired enough, but getting her out of that transformation is a priority.
Okay. From the playbook, I want to ask, what can I say or do to strike at your deepest tragedy?
Ooh. You know what, I'm saying that lounge area was not super big, so you did hear a little bit of each other's conversations.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like she doesn't know where she's from. Like she doesn't understand where these powers come from, or this connection, this sword, or this transformation. Like she sounded a little lost when she mentioned that.
Okay. How does Adora feel about offers?
I think Dora is mostly here to entertain herself in the meantime, so she's pretty open to whatever. She's not really here for any goal or anything. She's here just until Katra gets her head out of her ass so she can be teleported back.
It will take a while, girly pop. It will take a while.
She looks fine to be here for a bit.
So she'll rush past.
Actually, she gets to ask something about you too.
Yeah, I'm gonna set up to get next to Adora.
She's gonna get a general read of you. What are your feelings towards Adora as you're like going towards her? Like, what's like the prevalent thought on your mind about her in this moment?
I think that she looks lost. Like she should absolutely probably should not be here type of vibes, but I think Aphrodite picked her because she went through a heartbreak and she is lost, and that's quite sad.
You see her make eye contact with you and catch on to you kind of just read her, and she's just like grimaces a little bit as you rush up.
And Junon will put like a very firm hand on Adora's shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Yield, and I'll grant you an audience with the Fates. They'll tell you about your past.
I need to roll for this, actually.
Junon's old, she has connections.
So I'm gonna give you an option.
Mm-hmm.
I can either roll d20, and if it's higher than a 10, it happens. Or if you want to make sure it happens, you can mark a tragedy point.
Let's mark that tragedy point.
Yeah. So go ahead and mark your third tragedy track. And you gain a condition because you're one up. So go ahead and pick a condition to give yourself.
Let's see.
And what memory do you lose? And I'll be based on that.
I think it will be of her first life and her first love. This was when she was a priestess of Bat. She remembers the sands of Egypt. And she loved the goddess first. That was the connection that truly cemented her and Hera forever. Too much these days. Something happened, and it's a blur. There was a sacking of the temple. There was destruction of some of the knowledge of her. And she eventually comes back as Hathor. But just the memories of her in that moment, in that first life, her dying to protect the memory of Bat, I think that fades from her.
What you see in this vision as this happens, it kind of traces the path. As you know, she was your first love, but she's also followed you into each of your lives and has given you power in a different way. while you've meeting other people in each of your lives, and we're happy. What you see, though, is every person that you've been with in all your past lives had a spark of her in them, as that part of her has also traveled with you. But in the last reincarnation, one of the reasons she wasn't able to do that or connect to that in a way is something shattered in that death. And it made Hera remember everything. She got all those memories. But she also knows now that she will not be reincarnated on this next death. She will not go with you. So she's hoping if you find a match here, you can link to someone new and break your own cycle, because she can't be with you any longer.
Zeus, you don't deserve this, lady. She'll grapple with that on a different day. She's looking stern at this child.
Yeah, but
Take the deal.
Adora's like, looks down and doesn't even notice your eyes. You go completely eyes flash for like a few seconds. And she looks back up. Fair enough. And just de-transforms. I think we have to die to be out of this, so just... We don't actually die, so just make it quick.
While her hand is still on her shoulder, she just pushes on a pressure point to make her go unconscious.
And as she hits the ground, it just shatters into that color, and she disappears into the box.
Alright, who's next?
Junon, as you make eye contact with Hera, and being the goddess of marriage, being able to read connections, and being able to read you after the countless memories she's gained, you look in her eyes and you know that she knows. Right as the memory of that first relationship in your life disappears and you lose that knowledge.
I'm gonna fight Talia now just to feel better.
Yeah, with that first memory gone and you not knowing your connection to Hera as much now anymore, with that gone, you feel heartbreak, but you don't know fully what's going on right now in this moment.
Damn.
But we cut back over to Shepard and Termina. Actually, no, we'll cut back over to Ghilly. What's Ghilly doing now?
Oh, yes. Okay, so...
And they both ran off from you.
Yes. So I gave orders. They're taking care of that. I think I recognized how dangerous magic is, just because of like getting the sense of her sword. And so yeah, I am gonna try. I'm gonna fight her.
Okay. Help Termina and Shepard against magic.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay back though, because I do have a staff, so I can, channel magic through there.
Okay. Then we're gonna say, as you press forward, instead of rolling fight, you are gonna defy disaster. So since you are using magic, I will say this is a spirit roll.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Okay. Let's go. Oh, we have an 8.
Okay.
It's okay.
You can tell me what happens this moment. You can do it. But as you do, you hear whispers in the back of your head again.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
You know it's gonna let her in.
Okay. Yeah. So, I guess you'll just see like a bolt of like green energy just like shooting at magic, and yeah.
Classic.
Only I hear the whispers that are like, but we could do so much more.
They're almost like indistinct. Like you're so far away from home, you barely hear her. You can't quite make out what she's saying.
Okay.
But as you blast this magic, and it does hit home, knocking magic back a little bit across the arena and skidding across, you look down at your hand that you were holding the staff with, and your hand is blighted.
No! Let me escape my fate.
Just like from the top, like the tip of your fingers down to about like that far up your wrist, it's just covered in blight, which you have never seen before, except for in visions of the other you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We're gonna deal with that later.
Yeah, but yeah, you do what you want. You charge forward. Termina, back with Shepard, you see a bolt of magic over your guys' head, and you see that your ally has run up to help you. But you also see this thing to their hand. Their hand is mutated in a weird way.
Is that something you need help with?
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was like
You're good.
trying to figure out if I had to mark something on my sheet. So I was spacing out.
All good.
What's happening? What's happening?
Termina's noticing this weird thing happening with your hand.
Oh. No, it's fine. Really, let's keep going. I'm all right.
Okay. And I assume that we still have Termina and Shepard in like close combat with magic, and then
Still like shoulder to shoulder, yeah. Magic's about 20 feet from you now after that hit.
Okay,
Asuna is like also over in that area, kind of like she's like moved around the arena and was gonna like sneak up on the fight, but then seeing magic fly past her. That never happens when I main her rivals. What the fuck?
Incredible.
Asuna is a magic main. Of course, she's using the other character of a sword in a video game.
So I think that Termina is just going to try and get Magica. What is
Magic.
it? Magic. Okay, I thought. All right. Termina's gonna try and just get magic off the battlefield.
Okay, you'll try to finish her off while she's down.
Yeah.
Go for it. Roll grace and roll your fight attack. Shepard's still in with you.
That's a 12.
Okay. So as you're rushing in, you see Shepard opens the Omni's hole and hits her with an overload, which if you haven't played Mass Effect, it's just an electrical charge. It stuns you. And as she's stunned trying to get up, you just run up and slam your blade home. And magic just pixelates out like a video game and disappears into the box.
All right.
And now you look up at the three of you facing against Asuna, who looks terrified now. You know what? I don't want to just rams the rapier in her own chest and also disappears.
Okay. So
you're
now
down Asuna, Magic, and Adora.
Alright, so then one team is just Talia and the other team is Ray and Shepard.
Yep.
Alright.
And then all three of you are left.
Okay, and then
you actually hear a groan, and everyone looks back, and you see very silently Talia has snuck up on Ray.
Oh.
And you just see Ray disintegrating without knowing what happened. She just has like a blade in her hand, just cleaning it off on her shirt. Kid left herself open.
That is how these combats go, yes?
So they each have one person left. You guys have a full team.
Yep.
I'm going to need you, Kate, to roll Grace in this moment as you hear next to you. No hard feelings, but I am alone now. As an Omni tool blade comes for your chest.
I gotta respect it, though. Oh, that's a 9.
Okay. So you will slay a condition, but you're able to avoid being like knocked out of the fight as you get slashed across your side by this orange, like burning blade as Shepard slashes against you.
Do I pick the condition or do you?
What do you have? You don't have one marked because she healed it. So
yeah.
Insecure, I think, fits the situation.
I was gonna say definitely insecure. Absolutely.
As you look back at Shepard, she's like, the only way to lose is by losing the fight. I'm sorry. I'm like, I mean, it's just me on my team now, so.
I understand. I
It's
guess
gonna be fun. Just count it as a spar.
Yeah.
Okay. And you see her
We
hit her
did.
chest. And orange
Oh.
hologram armor appear over her armor.
Yeah, Termina will just say, we did say team up and then fight each other, so here we go. And Termina will lift her sword as well and just look back to the two of you, like,
yeah,
you can take care of Talia.
Yeah,
Shepard and I will figure this out.
Talia kind of backing up. It's like, okay, I see where this is going. Talia just kind of braces herself as you two look over at her. What do you guys like to do?
Under heaven's eye again for Talia. I want to get to the trauma for her.
Okay.
Wow. It's mainly because I want to know, Paige, are you making her a horrible, horrible mother figure in this universe, or is she actually like a decent mother, which she should be?
I don't know. Do your read.
All right. Because I fucking hate that trope for Talia so bad. It is a 10.
Okay, so you've asked 3 normal questions and your question from your book.
We'll start with the question from the book. What can I say or do to strike at your deepest tragedy?
Oh, man.
Iconic.
Perfect. So, in that moment, you look at her and you read that it's hard to really pin down any one moment for Talia, but you kind of get visions, little brief flips of her life, of her training under, you assume, her dad from the age of like 4 to be perfect in every way, as a killer, as a seductress, as a leader, all this stuff. And like, she was always assumed to take on this life, to like succeed him and be able to finally kill her dad and ascend to the throne of the Assassin Guild, until this young man defeats her dad in front of her. And she loses a title that her whole life was about. She tries a relationship with the guy, and that fails because he's a little self-absorbed. There's not much to Bruce. It's all Batman. And the one good thing in her life, Damien, she barely gets to see because Bruce doesn't let her really be around him now that he's part of the Bat family. But she trained him and did her best to keep him removed from it. And I think she sees that pushed him towards Bruce.
Complicated mom and not horrible mom. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. I get somewhere in the middle.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair for her. So second question.
Mm-hmm.
Would you yield?
She's not gonna yield.
I figured. What do you hope to gain from, I guess, this experience?
She just looks like she's enjoying herself. She gets to fight and flirt, 2 of her favorite things.
All right, very well. I think Junon is going to kind of hunch over, and you see her left hand goes to her chest in a grip, and she just painstakingly just yanks and tugs out this giant, like this great sword. You seem like someone who will not yield.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna need a bigger blade. And you see she finally pulls the sword at her hip out. A very like finely well done made katana.
We'll see how this goes then. And she'll try to get a hit.
Yeah, and we're gonna flash through this combat a little bit as well, as we see Junon and Talia just blind in speed fighting each other. We see Shepard and Termina kind of still flirting, but also fighting at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a very awkward dance the two of them are doing, with Ghilly just kind of watching in between, waiting to see what to do when a dawn goes out. Well, this was entertaining, but can't do this forever. And I think it's safe to say we have a winner here. And he snaps his finger and everyone appears back in the arena. 3 of you did well. But unfortunately, we can't keep you here. I've just been told by Zeus, because it would involve other gods of your worlds and yeah, all this drama. So, as a gift for winning that fight, the 3 of you can go on any one date with any other contestant before we head out here. To see if you 3 can at least still get matches. And Ares was very strained having to be the one to announce this, because Aphrodite is still glued to the TV, still watching the date scenes from earlier.
Oh. Well, Termina turns to Shepard.
Or Turi?
Then I choose you. And Termina holds her hand out.
Cool. The 2 of you disappear.
I think Junon's gonna look at Ghilly's like, are you going to ask me or are you going to pick someone else? But I just want to make sure that you're good. I don't want you to be by yourself.
You're so funny. Yeah, I was hoping you would lead with that. Yeah, I mean, I was really gonna pick somebody random if you wanted to go off with somebody else, but yeah, it's fine.
Even without a roll, you know she's full of shit.
It's either someone random or
I'm
you.
not even gonna have you roll.
If you want to play it like, I ask you and you reject me, that's okay. Like, yeah.
I think it is a glance of, we don't have to do this for this crowd. We can hang out later. And she'll pick Diana.
Cool. Okay.
Sure. Works for me.
I think Ghilly is gonna ask Ray, because she caught a glance of the lightsaber and she's really intrigued by that.
Okay.
That's cool. Yeah.
Cool. I mean, we didn't have to talk really too much, so sure. Okay. 3 of you, those 6 of you are teleported off, and the rest of them are dismissed to go home. So I think we'll start with Ray and Ghilly, since they have the least interaction so far. Where would Ghilly want to take Ray on a date? It can literally look like whatever you want it to look like.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, in that case, I think they're going to go to like a little kind of like a foresty glen situation.
Mm-hmm.
With, you know, like light filtering through the trees and butterflies and all kinds of woodland creatures and you know, some that we would recognize like here, and then like also some kind of unique looking monstery type things, like maybe a giant spider or two, you know, just cute little forest animals like that. And yeah, it's like the ground is kind of like littered with like purple flower petals, and it is nighttime. It's a moonlit night. Look at Ray and say, you fight well. Where is it that you're from?
She kind of struggles for a little bit. I guess you would say a galaxy far, far away from here.
Fuck off.
Wow.
sorry.
I had to.
I mean,
okay, I love
yes,
you.
like you did. You did have to.
You really did. You really did. I gave you that. I set you up for that. Okay. Yeah. So Ghilly's gonna say, I'm really intrigued by that sword that you fight with. Could you
Yeah, it's
kind of take a look?
it's a lightsaber. I can focus.
It's made of light. It's not magic.
Magic's. I'm not going to get in this debate with you because it might be a thing in your world and we're from different worlds. We don't really have magic. Everything in our universe is kind of surrounded by something called the Force, which is just like the will of the universe in a way. I can channel that through a crystal in this, and she pops up the lightsaber.
Oh.
And this can cut literally everything.
I think, Ghilly is gonna take out her bow staff that has like glowing crystals on the handle, and that are also blue. And yeah, she's gonna say, "Oh, it's very similar to how it works in where I'm from, actually." And she just kind of creates just kind of like shimmery little wind back and forth with the staff.
Yeah, we didn't really do anything like that, and she like looks around and like sees something off to the side and just like holds a hand and it shoots to her hand. Mostly telekinesis abilities, but we can also kind of enhance ourselves too. And she like stands and just jumps like 20 feet in the air.
Wow.
And lands. Yeah, I'm still kind of new to it all, but
well, you're very graceful.
thanks.
I've to ask, do you dance at all? Would you like to? And I think Ghilly like conjures up some music with her staff and like holds out a hand.
Yeah. Array blushes deeply. It's like, yeah, I'd love to. You start to lead her in a dance through the grove for, say, the rest of your date.
Yeah.
Very adorable. Let's move over to Junon and Diana. Where did you take Wonder Woman for your date? You are muted. You are muted in the thing. There you go.
Yeah, I saw. I think she's going to take her to one of the beaches of Elysium.
Okay, fair enough. You guys appear in the beach that you were thinking of, back in those like casual outfits you had before. Which is nice. Yeah, we're still in Elysium, it feels like.
I figured you would like something familiar.
Yeah, I don't get to spend a lot of time at my world's version, but it feels nice here.
The mermaids sing quite beautifully here. When they're not eating men, but...
Yeah, we tend to have that problem too, but they're great at guarding the island.
I always appreciate them and the harpies.
Yeah. Harpies can be a bit much at times, but they're not too bad.
They're good flying companions, at least in my experience. I do have a question, though.
Sure.
And please tell me if this is a bit too much prying, but just fighting Talia and hearing a little bit from you, what is this about this Bruce man that you two like? Because side note, Ava is a Batman Catwoman shipper, so what the fuck, Paige? So like, what is this? what about this man?
Hey, I'm going off of lore. These are both valid relationships in Batman lore too.
I know, but still.
Selena doesn't use a sword, okay, or she would have been here.
We all had to be thirsty and have swords and...
Bruce is...
The Catwoman has a whip. I would have loved to fight a whip lady.
God.
I mean, I have a staff.
You do that so
Come on,
literally.
we can bend. It's fine. It's fine. Next time.
Okay. She
But
kind of
why
she thinks of it a second. She's like, well, Bruce is complicated. He's been in a lot of relationships, but he doesn't really know how to get out of his own way.
Yes.
Yeah, him and Talia have a son. His only biological son at that. And he's had failed relationships with a friend of mine named Selena. And me and him have been spending a lot of time together, but I don't know. He seems to be interested one day and then not the next. It's hard to tell with him.
That feels quite familiar to. I'm not going to air out her laundry, even though I'm assuming it's similar relationships to your world of Hera and Zeus.
Yeah, Zeus is technically my father in a way.
Oh, you're going with that, Lord?
Or
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I haven't interacted with them much, but
That's for the best.
I'm not a fan.
To be fair, he is a decent father to his children. It's just I don't technically quite agree to how those children come about.
We don't really have a ton of demigods in my world because of the whole heroes and villains and aliens and all this other stuff goes on. So he likes to kind of prop me up as like, oh, the Greek pantheon's still strong and all this. The amount of times he's tried to pair me up with Kal-El is, yeah.
Who?
He's
another person.
Yeah, he's stronger than probably this whole pantheon combined.
Curious. I think you deserve better than this complication.
Yeah. Maybe this is my Hera's version telling me I need to stay away from men, which, fair.
I mean, you were raised amongst women. I think that is a very strong warning sign to not be amongst men.
Yeah. Well, I'm here now. So why don't we enjoy ourselves on this nice beach so I don't have to go back there anytime soon.
I will hold you here for as long as you wish.
Sounds amazing. Yeah, the two of you have a nice little beach date. And we'll cut over to our final date before we do some epilogues to what happens afterwards. But Termina and Shepard is going to take you to Eden Prime. It is the very first planet you go to in the series, and it is a beautiful garden world. And she takes you back to where they landed in that first game and just kind of walks you through it's like beautiful scenery. You see these weird like floating things around, but they seem harmless, like little gas bag creatures. Oh, okay. Haven't been here in a while. This works. You want to go for a walk?
Yes, I would love to. You know the story of this place.
This is kind of where my story started. Wasn't really planning on taking anyone here for a date, but I guess we don't have a ton of time to chat, so might as well.
Could be a nice way to get to know each other and where we're coming from.
Let's walk through, and I'll kind of walk you through what happened. And she kind of just starts to lead you through the area. So, like I said, about 3-ish years ago, it's when everything kind of hit the fan. I was sent here to pick up some technology in our place that has been left behind by a previous alien race that has jump started a lot of our tech. Because you see, and she gestures to her armor, and my tech's a little more advanced than it seems like most of the people who got caught here. But it was more. It gave me visions of a threat that I then spent the next 3 years trying to convince people was even real, even up until the moment they appeared on our doorstep. So, yeah, barely survived all of that. We lost a lot of people. I lost my mentor. I lost some of my crew. I honestly don't know how I survived, but
you did.
I did.
I'm glad you did.
I'm glad I did too. I'm glad I got pulled here. It's been a nice change of pace to be away from everything.
You asked me when we were first talking what I wanted and what I wanted to do and be next.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want?
I want to relax, but it's going to be a while before I can, with the amount of cleanup, the amount of responsibility they keep throwing on me after the war. I just got promoted to captain.
Not a promotion you're excited about, though.
No, not really.
The idea of relaxing is something that I am not quite familiar with, and probably wouldn't know what to do with myself during. Perhaps something I can work my way up to. But the idea of being able to help and rebuild for a bit while I figure out the rest.
Yeah, you would be more than welcome to join the crew. I can help you figure all of that out. We're gonna have to train you in our weapons.
I've been
you're gonna
in.
need armor, but that's details we can figure out later.
I've been through many worlds with many of their weapons. I can take to new things. Well, I can take to new fighting and weapons and armor. There's some new things that are scarier than that, but I would still like to learn. And she's going to reach her hand out towards Shepard to see if Shepard takes it.
Shepard grabs your hand and smiles at you. Well then, I think having you as a member of our crew would be a great addition. There's still plenty of stuff to fight, but there's also plenty of stuff to help with and rebuild and chances to relax. And you can meet all my friends, because it seems like you don't have anyone. So I would love to introduce you to everybody.
I would love all of that too.
Funnily enough, I think Grunt's gonna like you the most, but we can deal with that later. He's kind of son in a way. Giant lizard race that likes to fight. It'll be fun, trust me. And she starts just describing all of her crew that is live, and she like lights up as she's like going over her memories, and even like goes over some of the people that have died in the war.
And
but yeah, she's very animated.
Termina, as someone who has really only gotten to know people's stories from knowing that she was ending them, taking them away, or walking through the ruins of worlds and building what the stories might have been in her mind, is so delighted to just have stories so willingly shared with her for people that she will actually get to meet and share a story with.
Yeah. And as you guys talk and you're animating the day, neither one of you notice the pink light that starts to surround the two of you. And that's where we're going to end our one shot. So I think with the end of this, let everyone just go around and tell me what they want their characters to have in the epilogue as they go home or wherever else they go. So start with you, Val. What do you think Ghilly does after this experience?
Yeah, well, I think yeah, she probably goes back to Thetis, realizes she's probably too intense for most people. That's why she keeps going back to Anjrul. Um and being rejected and then going back together again. So an endless cycle. But her exposure to all of these other people and these other worlds makes her realize that there are so many unique ways to create life in the world, and she goes back to her hundreds of years ago in her past or whatever, her experiments with creating new life forms, which of course uh her little unseen whisper friend, aka herself from another universe, helps her with. So oops, perfect Thetis gets blighted again. Actually, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
so.
fuck.
Again.
Oh, sorry. No F bombs on
It's,
stream,
it's,
sorry.
it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Wardens will rise up. It'll pre-play itself. It's fine. Okay, but Ava.
I think she will at the very least have a conversation with Hera and just be like, I lost something. You know what it is, right? It's a good thing? We're good? Cool, okay, fine. And I think she's gonna take her time just figuring out who she is without Hera. One of the boons of being the type of creature she is she's not a demigod per se, but monsters, if you're left to their own devices, live a long time. So she has time. I think she'll have a friendship with Ghilly. She will show Ghilly some of the other monsters of her world. Have a pen pal, maybe romance a little bit with Diana. Be still very confused about the whole Bruce thing. But she would also like to visit the Themyscira. It seems like something she would love to vibe with. And I think she'll meet Nubia. And Nubia, she will be like, ooh, okay.
DC universe, and you end up settling there and with Nubia.
Hey, queen shit.
Cycle. Do you think you settle in the DC universe? Do you become a hero?
I feel like DC's too messy. I feel like she'll settle there.
Okay, how do you think Termina enjoys being amongst the stars with Commander Shepard, or Captain Shepard now, I should say, and she's back?
I think that in a lot of the ways that Junon has to learn who she is without Hera, and it's similar for Termina figuring out who she is without Ares, and I think that it's not an easy transition because she's over relying herself and her identity on Shepard for a bit, and has to I think that they do build this love and are always in love, but it's a very tricky path to it. It's not an easy love, but they figure it out. And she does definitely like being among the stars in a way that she can be adding to other people's stories, and then finally she sees that she's also creating a story of her own.
Yeah, and I think eventually once it dies down, the excitement of the war, and everything's to a point where Shepard can finally retire and step away, like they've been wanting to. One of their best friends, Tali, builds you guys a house on the home planet of the Quarians, Runok, where it's a little more removed from a lot of the day-to-day stuff of human politics, so Shepard can finally relax and you two can build a home together.
Love that.
And you guys get to explore the universe together as she shows you pretty much everything you want to explore. But yeah, this was fun.
So cute.
Yay! Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Paige, for being the storyteller for this. Thank you so much, Valmina and Madame Ava, for joining in and being players here again. I would love if you want to share now just who you are again, where you can be found, any projects that you want to shout out. This is your time to share whatever you want to share with the audience, please. Would anyone like to go first?
I'll go first.
Amazing.
Everyone, I was Paige. I am Paige. I go by Pluto Cleric all across socials. And then Pluto's Underworld on YouTube and Twitch, where I run most of my AP stuff and some gaming streaming when I can. Mostly it's been Rivals or Velguard lately. But yeah, the projects that I am in currently on my channel on Twitch every Wednesday at, I believe, 8 p.m. Central. I am running a DC game called After Crisis, where it is pretty much Young Justice and the CW universe of DC thrown together, with a bunch of young teenagers having to defend Central City. It's been a lot of fun. I emotionally damaged all of my players on Wednesday in a really great way. That they were like devastated, and then when we went off the screen, they were like, "That was amazing. Let's do that again." So it's a great session. And then beyond that, every other Thursday over on Eclipse613 on Twitch, I am playing in a One Piece 5e game where I play a mermaid pirate with a giant sword. Very fun.
That's incredible. I love it. All right. Valmina, do you want to go next?
Sure. I'm Valmina. You can find me on Threads, Blue Sky, and Instagram at Delightly. You can find me on Twitch at Valminotaur. Not really streaming, but I'll pop into your stream. So if you see that username, that's me. I am also currently casting for an upcoming actual play project. We are recording in person in the San Francisco Bay Area, so only apply to that if that applies to you. But you can find all that info anywhere you find me on the internet. I keep talking about it. So yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Madame Ava.
Well, hello, my darlings and dears. It's your Madame Ava here. You can find me anywhere at Madame Ava Couture. Right now, when it comes to projects, you can find me on Saturdays over on the Fusca channel. We're playing D&D, where right now I'm switching over to a secondary character who died because she got yeeted out of a building. Quite fun. She's a ghost now. And you can also find me on Thursdays over on the Sword and Key channel for a campaign where we are in a summer camp and people are trying to kill us. That game is raising money for the Lambda Eagle legal fund, just to raise money for everything that's going on right now, for especially for Pride. You can also find me over right now, not yet, but in the future on my secondary vacation home, the Folk and Myth people. That will be coming up soon, especially later in the month and in July for some projects. So find me over there or follow my socials and you'll figure out what I'm doing. I'm always yelling in the void in one way or another. So find me where I can yell.
Awesome, thank you. And I am Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays, and also Don't Kill My Character. Thank you for being here. You have already found Don't Kill My Character. Congrats on that. If you want to find more of me, that's Kate the Great Cosplays. Upcoming cons, I will be at Kineticon next month, probably. And then I play a lot of games here. Let's talk about the upcoming Pride schedule because happy Pride Month. Thank you so much, all the love in chat for celebrating this. We have 2 more one shots coming up. So we have a Mutants and Masterminds game, Pride of Monsters, Wednesday, June 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Then we have Queer and Quozy, The Fabulous Fetch Quest on Monday the 30th. Queer and Quozy is a series I am co-producing with Shannon, aka Imaginif Media, and that'll be a full series on the channel starting September-ish, probably, and you'll see some more faces from here on that series as well. Then we also have our ongoing campaign of superhero shenanigans, which is Wednesdays. So we'll be back Wednesday, June 18th with that. And then we also have a one-shot adventure of the Expanse for Free RPG Day, which is Green Ronin Publishing's submission as a sponsor to Free RPG Day. So please go check out your friendly local gaming store on Free RPG Day to pick up a copy of The Expanse for free and other things. And while you're there, please support your friendly local gaming store with some purchases. And then come watch us play games. That is all I'm going to say for now. Thank you again so much to this fabulous, wonderful, beautiful cast for joining us tonight. You'll be able to see more of this cast, plus more of our friends from the Avatar Last Stand game. We're doing a D&D game. I forget when we're starting it.
I think we said like October, September, something like that.
In like
Fall
Later this
2025.
year.
fall 2025.
To be
Come back
determined.
here.
I get to traumatize all of them in a campaign instead of a one shot this time. It's fun, guys. Watch.
That is going to be so much fun. I'm very excited for that. All right, join us for that. Check our socials for more fun and chaos because there are always more stories to tell. Goodbye, everyone. Stick around for the raid.